Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Traders Destination. Today is 16th May 2018 and this is the tutorial video on how to trade Nifty futures contract using Awesome Nifty and Do Kadam strategy. So friends, आज का जो चार्ट है अगर आप उस पे देखोगे तो it's a combination kind of a day. Okay, so being a trader, what happens is at times multiple strategies happens at the same given point of time, and people tend to get confused. Okay, and what happens is there are various trading style that various people follow. Going by that, they do something, somebody take a trade, somebody doesn't take a trade, somebody, like it's a combination kind of a thing. So what had happened today in Awesome Nifty strategy is something, let me call out. Some people have not taken a trade, some people had taken a trade, and after taking a trade, they have trailed to get some profit points. Somebody have actually hold the trade till 3:15 p.m. and made a loss of around 10 points, and someone would have taken a call much before that to exit and made a loss of around 30 points. And again I will say that nothing is right and nothing is wrong. Okay, because see, the thing is, I mentioned this in one of my previous video as well, that any mentor is going to show you a path, okay, give you a guidance, but to follow that path and to decide what you have to do is something that is your own call, that is your own judgment. Okay, at times people need to apply intuitions as well, but that comes with time, that comes with experience. So today Nifty has shown us lot of has given us lot of learning. If we look into today's chart, बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला है आज के दिन में. So friends, I want you guys to focus on to this chart for next few minutes so that I can actually walk you through this. Unfortunately, it's already 12:30, hence the chart has disappeared, but not a problem. I have taken a screenshot of this page so that I can walk you through this. Okay, so see what had happened today. The first three candles were red, the fourth candle was also red. If you're looking into the first three candles, it was like the closing value was one below the other, and hence it was kind of a three crow formation, but it was actually not, because if you're looking into the volume underlay just behind that, the volume was not in an increasing trend. So hence we were not supposed to enter into a short sell side. So that anyways we were not supposed to, because RSI value was less than 35 when these three candles were formed. So technically speaking, what was happening today was we should be entering into a buy side of a trade. Now let's see what had happened. Gradually, as time kept ticking, then after some time, three green candles were formed. If you are seeing these three green candles before before the before the midday, so those three green candles were three white soldier kind of a setup where the volume was also in an increasing trend. Okay, so that is one signal that we got. So basis that signal, people would have made an entry towards the buy side. Okay, that was perfectly fine. People could definitely have done that. Why? Because the range of these three candles were somewhere in the range of around 41 points. If you are measuring the low of this three and the high of this three, the gap is of around 41 points. But from that point of time, from the entry point to the 50 moving average line, the yellow line on top, when the trade triggered, that gap was more than 1:1. So hence it was making sense to enter into that kind of a trade, because usually whenever you are entering into this kind of a trade with this kind of a setup, it works. What happened next? As the candle kept ticking, gradually it did not went up, it came down, and if you are holding it till the end, by the time you close the day ended at a price somewhere around 10,766. So maybe you would have made a loss of around 10 to 15 points. So that's whatever I mentioned right now is one option as a trader that you could have got to trade today. Okay, now I'm talking about the second option that you would have got today. What is the second option? The second option is this. As you are looking into the charts, and if you are looking into the first 4 red candles and the 6th red candle of the day, if you have actually gone through my awesome nifty strategy part 2 video, the detailed tutorial where I have explained what you have to do to take a trade using awesome nifty strategy, there I have clearly called out few criteria, okay, few exit criteria and few entry criteria. So basis the exit criteria that I had already called out over there, I have mentioned that if you are before you are actually entering into a trade, if you have already got 5 opposite candles set up, you should not be entering into a trade. Okay, so by looking at this first, second, third, fourth and sixth candle of the day, the first 6 candle within 10:30 a.m., if you are looking into it, you knew from the beginning that you are getting into the buy side of the day, but by the time you have looked into this 5 candles, you have already got the exit signal. So you are not supposed to enter into trading on the buy side. Why you are not supposed to enter? Because your 5 exit criteria is already over. So if your 5 exit criteria is already over, and if you are entering into a buy side of a trade, then what will be that criteria for you to exit? You don't know that, right? So in such kind of a situation, you should not be entering into a trade. That is also right. Okay, so by going by the 2 rules that I said, the 2 options that a trader would have got today, the first option, when looking at the 3 green candle, they would have entered, waited till the end. Second option, by looking at the 5 initial red candles, they have not taken the trade. Both are right. Okay, but like what happens is, whenever you are trading on real time and whenever you are actually entering into a trade, you will be actually confused, not confused, you will probably not be able to judge at that given point of time that what you are supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do. Okay, maybe you will get into that trade, and after entering into the trade you will realize that, oh my god, I have already seen this 5 exit criteria already happened in the morning, then what should we do? And there gives and there comes the confusion. And that's exactly the learning of the day today, friends, because today was not a simple straightforward day for trading. Today was a day where all these tricks, all this expertise and all these experiences came into action. Okay, so now let me tell you what you could have done today that most of my traders friends have done in my WhatsApp group. Okay, so the first 5 red exit criteria is formed. After that, 3 green candles are getting formed. On getting the 3 green candles, you already knew that you don't have any exit criteria today, so you are entering into the trade. So if you are entering into the trade and you are seeing 2 things, one thing is that the top 50 moving average line is falling from a higher price to a lower price. So gradually, it means that gradually a time will come when the price might touch that line, and if that price might touch that line, you will get your target. It might not even touch the line, and in that kind of a scenario, there can be a situation where you may even lose some money. Okay, so what you should do in this kind of a situation, you should trail with stop loss. Okay, so the people who made money today are the ones who had actually trailed their stop loss. So once you are into a trade with 3 green candles, and maybe after the 3 green candle there were 2 red candles formed, and again there were like 1 2 3 4 5 consecutive green candles formed. After the formation of those 5 green candles, you should have started trailing your stop loss. The only reason behind trailing with stop loss is you don't have any exit criteria. Okay, so friends, please don't mix with what I have mentioned in my previous videos. Okay, there was a day in the month of May. So let me just see, I should be getting this. See, this was the day when I have mentioned that patience pays. Okay, I guess it was 11th of, yeah, 11th of May. Okay, don't mix it with 11th of May. 11th of May was a very clear cut day where you have made a trade over here. There was no exit criteria formed before that entry point, and after the entry point, all you have to do is you have to wait for the 5 exit candles that has to be formed for you to exit. Okay, Similarly, there was another day also in the month of May, like say for example this day, okay, when there was a when there was a reverse kind of a day, and we made an entry over here somewhere around here, and then we continued our trade because there was no reverse kind of a setup formed. Okay, if you're looking into this candles for the first, second, third, and the four candles that were formed during that day were like four reverse candle. The fifth candle was yet to be formed, and hence we had to wait till we get the fifth candle, and hence we made profit. That's where the patience pays. That's where is the point where you have to apply your judgment and understand that where you have to wait and where you have to trail with stop loss. Today's day is not that kind of a day. Why? Because the 5 exit criteria had already come before you are into the trade. So before you are into the trade, if you are already getting this 5 exit criteria, you are not, either you are not supposed to enter the trade, or if you are entering into the trade, you have to play very safe. You have to trail with stop loss so that you don't lose out any money. Okay, so that's the learning for the day. Listen to the last 5 minutes of this video very carefully. Whatever I have spoken for last 5-6 minutes, please listen to it. Look into the examples that I have shown for previous days, because like not all day we can make profit, or we can make loss. Profit and loss is a different part of the whole game. But when it comes to learning, days like today are the real learning days, friends. So if you're really interested in learning to understand the stock market, if you really are interested in getting that knowledge that will make you really wise and happy, then please listen to this video very thoroughly, very carefully. Okay, so that's all for today, friends. I will the other setup was of Dokadam. It was a very simple kind of a setup. Even if you're looking into this chart, I currently don't have the screenshot of the 30-minute candle, hence I will not be able to walk you through. But today the situation for Dokadam was the morning candle was formed, which was definitely at a below 35 RSI kind of a segment, and hence we were not supposed to enter into a short sell side of the trade. We should be making a buy, and we made a buy. By the time we were holding it, by the time it got reverted, by the time the day ended, it ended at a -10 -11 point of loss. Okay, so that's all for today, friends. Wanted to keep it short, but impactful. So if you are really liking my channel, okay, so please share it with all your friends. I am going to make a video every day. I know today it's quite late, it's 12:45. I had a lot of work at office today, and tomorrow morning I have to start at 6:30 because I have to drive to a distant place in Mumbai for important office meeting. Friends, I'm a working professional, like some of you might not be knowing that, whoever is watching this channel for the first time. Hence for me it's not always it gets possible for me to keep a track what's going on in the WhatsApp group, what's happening and all. But all I can do is I can try to at least upload one learning video every day, by giving you the insights, whatever I have seen. This is my observation and this is experience of all my other trader friends in the group. That's all for today, friends. There are definitely a lot of things to come soon. One of our friend in our WhatsApp group has shared an amazing strategy on State Bank of India equity, which we were actually testing these days. In my yesterday's video also I mentioned about him. We traded using that strategy on SBI equity today, and we made a profit of 2.9 rupees, 2.9 point as well. So we want to see it for this week, and then on Saturday or Sunday I'm going to share that strategy with you all. Okay, that's all for today, friends. Happy trading, and I should not say good night because it's already good morning. Goodbye, friends.